Today's May 4th, and today is the appearance day of Gadadhara Pandita. And we're going to talk about Gadadhara Pandita. Some of you have asked me, why don't you talk about the personality who appears on the day you're giving a quote, which means I need to plan in advance the dates. And so I decided, okay, let's do it. And so today, in most places in the world, May 4th is Gadadhara Pandita's appearance day. Or it's going to be tomorrow, or it was yesterday, so we're close. Gadadhara Pandita is Radha after she gives her mood and luster to Mahaprabhu. So it's interesting that we've decided to talk about Gadadhara Pandita. This is the first discussion, because this is a very esoteric topic, and it's difficult not to make it esoteric. And I know a lot of you listening are younger devotees, and so I will try to make this understandable as possible and relatable as possible. But one thing that we learn by studying the life and the ontology, who actually Gadadhara Pandita is we learn much about Mahaprabhu's separation. So, as you may know, when Mahaprabhu observed Radharani, he was always wonderstruck, thunderstruck. He couldn't understand her love, or how someone could have so much love for him and what that love is, and it intrigued him. And she's so special that he would give up all the other gopis just for her. He left the rasa dance, he left all the gopis, and he went for her. He would give them all up for her. She's that valuable, she's that special. And so, what she was experiencing, the love and also the separation and the ecstasy of the separation, he did not experience that kind of love. And therefore he wondered, what is it that she's experiencing? And as we know, that is Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu wanted to come to experience that. So how is this going to work? Well, when Mahaprabhu comes, Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Radha Bhava Duti Suvalitam. He has taken the bhava, the emotion or the heart, and the duty, the effulgence, and he's suvalitam, he's covered with that. So it has been said that Mahaprabhu has stolen Radharani's heart, stolen her mood, stolen her effulgence, and now it's his, so he can experience what it's like to be heard. And what's left after he's stolen that, that's Gadadhara Pandita. So Gadadhara Pandita is kind of like Lakshmi without any money. So Gadadhara Pandita is Radha, but now she's given that mood to Mahaprabhu, and she comes in Mahaprabhu's Leela to support him, to help him, guide him, and be his guru in experiencing love for Radha. So who could be a better guru to experience Radha's love than Gadadhara Pandita? For example, when Mahaprabhu was feeling intense separation, she understood exactly what he was going through, because now he's feeling her separation. And he knew the shlokas from Bhagavatam to give to Mahaprabhu, which were like a drug to not only relieve the pain, but enhance the mood. So they did both. He said, this shloka, that shloka, I will give to Mahaprabhu. She knew the exact shloka, so she was there as his guru, guiding him. But when she saw what he was experiencing, she knew exactly what it was, and she would read these shlokas, and she would cry and cry so much. She'd pull out these special shlokas, and she would cry so much reading them, that those shlokas, when he went to teach those shlokas to Srinivasacharya, they had all been washed out of his Bhagavatam. So Gadadhara Pandita and Mahaprabhu, they're always together. They grew up together, and Mahaprabhu's mother and Gadadhara Pandit's mother were like sister, and but as you know, Mahaprabhu didn't take on the role of a devotee till later on. So Mahaprabhu he'd do his teasing pastimes when he was a kid, and he would tease Gadadhara Pandit. But finally, when Mahaprabhu exhibited his mood as a devotee, then Gadadhara Pandit could fully go into his position to guide Mahaprabhu. So eventually, Gadadhara Pandit went to Puri, because Mahaprabhu went to Puri after he took sannyas. And Gadadhara Pandit was never married, and then he took sannyas also, Chaitra sannyas, in which Mahaprabhu asked him to stay in Puri. And one may wonder, why didn't Mahaprabhu allow Gadadhara Pandit to go to Vrindavan? Because Gadadhara Pandit wanted to go to Vrindavan. And Mahaprabhu thought, how can Radharani go to Vrindavan without the heart of Radharani? She will go crazy. It'll be impossible to tolerate. So he wouldn't let her go. But while they were together, Gadadhara Pandit was the guru of Mahaprabhu. So he was his teacher. He would teach from the Bhagavatam. Now the Bhagavatam ultimately is a book which is glorifying Radharani. That's one way to see Bhagavatam. It's just all about Radharani, but that's the conclusion. That's how Gaudiya Vaishnavas see it. Everything culminates in the service of Radharani. So who would be a better teacher to teach the Bhagavatam than Radharani? Now, there's a pastime, it's kind of funny, I think, interesting. When Gadadhara Pandit was living in Puri, he was taking care of the Gopinath deity, and he would cook for the deity. So, who is the best cook in the universe? That is Radha. So, of course, Mahaprabhu was eating Jagannath Prasadam, but sometimes he would go to the Gopinath temple because he wanted to eat the prasadam that was cooked by Gadadhar, or, in other words, cooked by the hand of Radharani, who he used to eat when he was a kid, as Krishna, as a boy. Radharani used to cook for him. Now, you may or may not know that when Mahaprabhu came, he didn't come in the mood of Krishna as an enjoyer. Krishna enjoys, he has the gopis as his friends, everything's about their enjoyment. The relationship the devotees have with Mahaprabhu, it's all servant. Even his wives didn't have this conjugal mood, it's all service. So even though Mahaprabhu is Krishna, Gadadhar is Radha, they didn't have that conjugal engagement. Gadadhar is in the mood of serving. She is more like the mood of Rukmini, where Radha would be contrary and sometimes argue with Krishna because that would help the rasa. But Rukmini would always go along. She wouldn't argue. So Gadadhar now represents that mood of Rukmini. But differently in the preaching, because now they're in Audarya Leela. So together they're distributing Krishna consciousness. They're no longer enjoying a conjugal relationship. But I say Rukmini in that submissive mood. Satyabhama normally represents Radha, and she's not submissive. She's contrary often, and sometimes angry and feisty and so forth. Rukmini is always passive. So he takes that bhav, or that mood, that passive mood, and together they spread Krishna consciousness. So they're serving together, but not in the leela of enjoyment, but in leela of distributing. So essentially what they're doing is they're going out and canvassing, please come and join in Krishna's rasa dance. That's what preaching is. So Mahaprabhu is going out looking, you could say he's going out looking for candidates for the rasa dance. If you chant Hare Krishna, you become qualified to dance in Rasa Leela. So that's the Leela of Gadadhar, and Mahaprabhu. Last thing I want to say is, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, if you go to his home, which is also his samadhi, you will find on the side, the left side, there's a little altar. And, well, here's the building, and you go to the left side of the building, there's an altar, and you'll see two deities that look like Gaur Nitai, but it's Gaur Gadadhar. Those were his personal deities. And it's been said that these are the personal, private deities, but this is the personal, private bhajan or secret bhajan, because worship of Gaur Gadadhar it's a very high thing, and it's not something that you should think, oh, that sounds like a good idea. I'll do, instead of Gaur Nitai, I'll worship Gaur Gadadhar. That's special. It's very elevated. It's very esoteric. So it was something that is not normally done, but he did it. So when you go, next time you go to Mayapur and you visit Bhaktivinoda Thakur's home, you'll see those deities, and you can remember some of the discussion. And before you go, you may want to read more about Gadadhar and the worship of Gaur Gadadhar and their relationship. So it's a very special thing, not a fad that we should all follow. Oh, I just heard about Gadadhar, I think I'll get Gaur Gadadhar deities. No, it's a very elevated position. Prabhupada did not establish Gaur Gadadhar worship. It's very private and special. So I hope, we only had 5-6 minutes, we can't say everything about Gadadhar, but I hope this gives you some insight into the position of Gadadhar and maybe inspire you to read more about him today on his appearance day. Hare Krishna. If you like this video, you can subscribe below. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you share this video with others, if you comment on it, if you like it, do whatever. You have to click to share it, because I think a lot of devotees would appreciate getting these videos. I try to take our philosophy and put it in a practical way so we know how to apply it in daily activity. And this is one of the services I do. And I want to reach as many devotees as possible. If you can help me, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you.